next. It's Indiana and the Davenport Panthers from the Louisville Iceland Sports Complex when we return. This is Club Ice Hockey at Indiana University on the Indiana Hockey Broadcast Network. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for tuning in to Club Ice Hockey at Indiana University. This evening, the Cream and Crimson of Indiana, sporting a 3-1 record, will play the Davenport Panthers, who are 2-0 in their own right. I'm Sam Weixler. Alongside me is Garrett Drake, and on the stats this evening is Tommy Krumzik. Garrett, Indiana is 3-1 after having a really solid start to the season. They split the Bradley opening series in Peoria, Illinois, and then dominated the Ohio Bobcats, winning 2 straight on the road.
And that was an impressive split that they had with the Bradley Braves. Bradley was a very talented hockey team. They went down to Peoria, able to get a win. They won the first game, I believe, and then were unable to grab the second one. But 3-1, couldn't have asked for much more under new coach Todd Henderson. This is exactly what they were trying to do to establish a new culture, and so far it's been working.
Yeah, Coach Matt Henderson has been a really good leader for this team. And talking about leadership, Nathan Cesarski, the new captain, he's a junior, and he's already second on the team in goals scored and leads the team in points with 4.
He's played really well thus far. We got a chance to talk to him at practice a couple days ago, and he said that him and the guys have really adopted what Coach Matt Henderson's bought into, and so far they've loved playing with each other. They've loved playing with each other. They've loved every second of it, and we can really tell that the chemistry is where it needs to be.
Well, because the Davenport Panthers coaches just showed up, we don't have the starting lineups for either side, but we can tell you that Barrett Rosser and Drake Deering, the goaltenders for Davenport, had very strong performances last weekend, winning 10-1 and 6-3 respectively against the Purdue Northwest Pride. That 10-1 victory was a big times defeat, and plenty of guys got on the scoring sheet.
Yeah, Luke Nicholas currently leads the team in points. He's got 4 on the season, 3 goals and an assist, or 3 assists and 1 goal rather. So look for him to get in the scorecard here today.
We'll take a break and let the players get onto the bench, picking up the loose pucks after warm-ups. And when we get back, it's puck drop from Louisville, Kentucky in the battle for the barrel from the Iceland Sports Complex. This is Club Ice Hockey at Indiana University on the Indiana Hockey Broadcast Network. Looks like we're skipping the national anthem this evening, and we're headed straight to puck drop. The Cream and Crimson of Indiana University in white sweaters and crimson-colored pants, heading from the left to the right or the near side to the far side if you're watching with us on the screen. The Davenport Panthers headed from the far side of the rink to the near or the right to the left. Taking the face-off for Indiana is Will Jeremy. Davenport takes the face-off and controlled in their own zone. A quick pass into the center of the ice. That's Demeter on it. Pushes it forward to the stick of Sanko, chasing it into the corner. Turning around and setting up with the puck is Cesarski. He's battling hard into the corner. Indiana worked on the forecheck a lot this week in practice, and it's starting to show already. Jeremy clears the puck clear of the blue line, but it's poked back in. Davenport has 5 fresh skaters onto the ice. Here comes Cesarski, all on the far side into the corner. Rims it around, forcing Deering, the starting goaltender for Davenport, to dig it out. Another battle ensues in the far corner on the right side, and Indiana's attacking third. Stepping up to it is Brandenburg, who throws it on frame, and it's blocked away by a Davenport defender, and we'll have a stoppage in play. 45 seconds into this first period, 0-0 the score.
We've already seen quick and swift line changes thus far. I expect this to be a high-tempo game, so keep an eye on that. The players got to be ready to suit up in this one.
Quick scramble right in front of the crease. A shot on wristed by Brandenburg that goes wide. Indiana keeps it in their attacking zone. A quick hand pass along the boards, and the puck wobbles all the way across the red line into the far side, and that'll be an icing. No, waved off by the nearest official to the play. Here comes Brandenburg back across his own defending zone. Pushes it forward over toward the stick of O'Flaherty. Flaherty carrying into the left circle. Fakes it and passes right in front of the mouth of the goal. Couldn't find Simoneau, and Davenport's headed the other way. Traffic in the neutral zone, and a quick errant pass heading over to the stick of Fonovic. He holds it, waits, and now draws the goaltender way out of the crease. Defending it down low in the near corner is O'Flaherty. He gets hit from behind. Another big hit, and Simoneau chases Davenport all the way out of the zone, and Indiana will retain possession. Pass into the neutral zone from the right D, recovered by Davenport, and they'll set up shop in their own zone before flicking it straight into the roof, and we'll have a face-off with 18:09 to go here in period number 1. We've already seen a heavy forecheck from Indiana so far, Garrett, and that presence is really going to be felt in the physicality of Indiana. Face-off to the glove side of Deering. He's got a win under his belt already this season, allowing 3 goals on 22 saves. Face-off controlled by Davenport in their own attacking zone. That's Fonovic pushing the puck forward into the neutral zone. Kissel pokes at it and whisks it into the attacking zone again for Indiana. Puck slides all the way across, and a backhand shovel goes toward the stick yet again of McDonald.
Davenport has some big size on their team as well. Indiana's really going to have to focus on battling against the boards and making sure that they stay away from those big bodies in the open ice.
McKay slices the puck all the way toward the backside, forcing Deering to shovel it out from behind his own crease. A big charge coming from Sanko onto the far side. Pushes it forward again to Gamber. Gamber at the right point. Throws a shot on, and it is absorbed by the belly of the goaltender, Nathan Cheney, in frame. We were expecting Sammy Billis to be in there. And now it is Billis. Looks like the numbers have been switched up. That happens on a road trip once in a while, Garrett.
Yeah, last-second adjustments are a major key to the game, and we got to make them ourselves.
Quick scramble for the puck, and Billis is able to flick it away. Another shot that deflects off a stick of a Cream and Crimson defender goes straight into the silver roof here at the Iceplex, and we'll have a face-off again. 3 minutes now elapsed in the first period. Neither side able to break the deadlock.
Yeah, so far the ceiling's gotten more pucks than the nets have for these two goaltenders. They've had it easy so far.
Well, Garrett, just wait till we get back home to the Frank in Bloomington. Only 32 feet to the top of the ceiling. A shot thrown on, a bit of a muffin coming from the near corner. A big hit along the boards. That's Timmons laying the body, it appears. Now Cesarski showing himself, presenting as a valid option for a pass. He flicks the puck all the way across, trying to chip it in. Icing has been waved off. Deering shovels it away from his own crease. Indiana not able to keep the puck in the zone and retain the pressure. Here comes O'Flaherty with a run. Indiana trying to battle back and get the puck in their attacking zone. A big scramble in front of the Davenport bench on the near side. Jeremy claims it and spins around just outside the center circle. Dances over to the right point, over to the circle. Sliding around, a quick shot right in front of the crease. It's deflected again. Another scramble, pushing it forward. That's Jeremy, who cannot get it to go. And we'll have a stoppage in play with 16:07 in the first. Donuts and bagels on the board.
As we get set for another face-off here, one thing to keep in mind, Indiana so far, they've been buzzing around the ice as of late. They put a lot of emphasis on picking up the pace of play, and we've really seen it come to action here tonight.
Davenport eventually controls the faceoff, but an errant pass goes over toward the stick of O'Flaherty. He gets punished as he chips the puck in. Coming into the near side, that's DiLorenzo, flicking it over to Goodfellow. Goody knocks it across the length of the attacking zone, but it's stolen away. On a rush, here's Rahilly from the right point, tries to dance around Barrett McDaniel and then hits him from behind. That was almost a boarding. McDaniel nearly had his head squished into the boards. Right under us in the press box, a quick deflection right in front of the goal. Almost goes in. Rahilly had a really cheeky attempt at putting the puck across Billis's face. Now over to the near point toward White. White sonks at the puck, and it gets stolen away. On a rush, here's DiLorenzo at the right point. Slides around to the slot, shoots, and it's kicked wide by the leg of Deering yet again. Davenport on the rush from right to left. A quick chip in, and Davenport will get a change.
Unable to get the shot to go on that last attempt, but what a dangle there to free up the space. Just unfortunate on the bounce.
Cesarski playing catch with his D partner, and it's flicked forward. Now ricochets off the front of the Panthers bench and falls to Cesarski's stick again. He's been everywhere on the ice so far. Another rush headed to the near side. Majewski gets tangled up in the top of the slot. Another sliding play, and the puck flies into the air to Offenbach. Offenbach whacking at it right in front of his own bench. The puck hits the chest of Kissel, who pushes it forward again. Nobody able to have a sustained attack thus far. Now over towards Vladislav Krush over at the left point in the attacking zone for Indiana. He whacks a shot, but it's easily saved by Deering. Davenport trying to find the puck. They finally do. A 1-on-3 rush, stolen away easily by the stick of Brandenburg. He's also been a guy that's very active in the start and working well all across the near side of the ice.
He's really polished off the defensive end for Indiana so far this season, and going back to the play of the defensemen, it's been really impressive so far this season. They've, especially on the penalty kill, not letting in many power play goals, and hopefully they can just stay out of the box.
Face-off won by Indiana in the neutral zone in front of their own bench. Bonecutter making the play, and now he has it at his own stick, rushing across the far side of the red line. He's over to the left circle, tap dancing along the boards, and gets spun out, losing the puck. A quick chance right in front for Brandenburg. Again all over the place. Now over toward McKay. He backhands a shot close on frame, a mad scramble. All kinds of bodies flying in the crease. The puck now finally whistled down. And after some minor pushing and shoving, play has come to a stop with 13:39 to go here in the first frame. No score still. And Indiana, holding one of the hottest teams they've played so far, scoreless through 7 minutes.
I would expect that trend to continue for a little bit longer, as we still have not seen a lot of action on net. Here's the face-off here. It'll be Cesarski taking it for Indiana.
Indiana holding the face-off in the attacking zone. Brennan gets tripped up and lands on the top of the body of a Davenport defender. They now try to carry it forward. A pass all the way the width of the neutral zone, rushing in. Now leaving it for his teammate, that's Nicholas. Nicholas throwing a shot on, and it's gloved away, ricochets off of Billis. Scooped up again by Nicholas, who leads the team in points with 4. A big battle across the boards. Brandenburg lays his shoulder into a body, and Indiana able to clear the zone and stop the attack. Now rushing across is Indiana. They've got an attack going, but again, nothing sustained, and Indiana will get a new skater out onto the ice.
This is turning into a physical game very fast. Lots of hits up against the boards early.
That'll be exactly how it's like back home in the Frank, as the Frank is shorter than nearly any rink Indiana will play on all season. It is one of the oldest, if not the oldest, of any team in the TSCHL other than the Yost Center, which was built in the 1920s for Michigan. Puck gets flicked up and out of play, 12.5 to go here in the first frame.
I'd say they've kept the Yost Center in pretty nice condition, though.
A few renovations. The Yost Center is a fun place to watch hockey. The Frank, not quite as many renovations, but we still love it just the same. It's our barn. Face off in the neutral zone, won by Indiana. On the rush, that's O'Flaherty. Tries to push it over toward teammate DiLorenzo, who can't hold on to it. The puck bounces across in the neutral zone. Charging for it, that's Shabazz diving in, getting tripped up, but no call. He gets back up onto his blades. and the Panthers will set up an attack. Body's getting smacked around. Rahilly flicks the puck forward. Now back toward his D-man. Retreats to start the attack. The puck stuck up against the boards. Indiana forces it into the attacking zone. Over toward DiLorenzo, now over to, again to O'Flaherty, and the puck has been covered up by the goaltender Deering, and we'll have another stoppage in play. Garrett, it feels like this game has not been nearly as fluid as other ones we've seen. A lot of choppy, staccato stops in the action, if you will.
Yeah, so far the play of the forwards has been a little sloppy on both sides. We've seen Deering in goal for Davenport have a little bit more action than Billis has so far, and I would expect that to continue here. Indiana continuing to dominate the faceoffs.
Indiana also dominating the shots on goal. It's 8-2 in favor of the Cream and Crimson. They win the faceoff in the attacking zone to the stick side of Deering. A shot swung on by Simoneau, and it goes wide. Kicked up and out of play, and another stoppage just as we finished talking, Garrett.
Can't get enough of them, it seems like.
So Indiana, who's averaging 4.25 goals this season and letting in just 3 per game, facing off against Davenport, who averages 8 goals a game coming into this weekend. No penalties for either side so far, no goals to speak of either. Face-off won by Davenport. Instead of possessing, they flick it all the way across, and Indiana has to have Cesarski get it for the Cream and Crimson. Puck knocks up against the far side of the board. Cesarski takes a body with him. A little chip play across the glass, and Davenport controls. They try to set up an attack. Quarterbacking the offense is Gamber. He knocks it into the corner for a chip and chase. Now over to the puck is Kissel. He gets it poked away, and Davenport has it again on their stick. That's Healy in the attacking zone. Now over to Krush, who dances around one defender and nutmegs him. Great stick work by Vladislav Krush, who has not had as much ice time as everybody else on this roster for Indiana. And remember, Garrett, over the offseason during COVID, when there was no season last year, Vlad had to go back to his home country in Moscow and Riga, Latvia from time to time. He had to work out in a gym 6 times a week because he had nowhere else to go to skate. Delayed call coming, and the play whistled dead. 10.5 to go in the first period. And we'll have to wait to see what the call is.
Yeah, going back to Vlad, unfortunately, as he mentioned, he was unable to find skating time over in Russia. But, you know, when you're going to the gym 6 times a day, that will pay, or not 6 times a day, 6 times a week, rather, that will pay dividends for your ice game as well.
A big hit along the Indiana bench. Brandenburg nearly goes head first. Here's the rush the other direction. It's Null charging into the crease, trying to backhand a shot in, but it's pushed wide again. Brandenburg doing well to keep the puck in the zone. Smacked around the back of the toilet bowl by Sterin, but it's still in the attacking zone. Finally, Indiana loses their possession and have to re-enter. Bone cutter over to the right circle. Gets dispossessed, a high stick, but no call. And finally into the far corner. A deflection, Indiana charging and changing players. They'll have fresh skaters out on the ice. Goodfellow steps up to be the D-man in charge, and Brandenburg takes the puck from behind the crease. Billis swiveling his head around to find the puck. He's been very attentive behind the net, but not as many chances as his counterpart on the other side of the ice. Goodfellow fishing the puck out of his own corner, and a quick chip pass across the boards. That's Jeremy with a big-time rush, 2-on-1. A quick pass to a shot, and he scores! It's O'Flaherty on the goal with the wrist shot at 9:32, and Indiana has drawn first blood. We've got a 1-0 game with 9:32 to go in the first.
Call me crazy O'Flaherty. That's the lead for Indiana. As they executed the 2-on-1 beautifully there, and he was just able to sauce it right into the back of the net.
That's Andrew Chambers with the goal, his 5th of the season. Looks like he has changed numbers for this weekend as well. So Indiana takes the lead with half of the first period gone. Face off at center ice, won by Indiana. They're on the attack again. There's Simoneau pushing the puck into the corner and back around. Cesarski on the near side, wrist shot on from point-blank range. A chip pass along the boards back to Simoneau. He gets it stolen away by Blackburn. And again, Indiana playing right behind the goaltender's head in the trapezoid. Simoneau passes it to the slot Another quick smack at it by DiLorenzo. He can't get much on it, and the puck stays in the attacking zone. Davenport thinking about a change, but they'll have to wait until the pressure is prevented. Pass wobbles across over to the left circle. Can't find it under his stick. That's Chambers again, and now Davenport will have a rush of their own. That's Demeter coming on the near side, pushes it behind himself over to Nicholas. Nicholas gets tied up in the corner. Cesarski puts his hip into him and pins him against the boards. A quick chip in the neutral zone is blocked down again by Montmarquette, the captain. Montmarquette from Saint-Therese, Quebec. Indiana getting 5 fresh skaters of their own on now. Still 1-0 with 8 1/4 to go here in the first.
Not a lot of action to report on thus far. Indiana gets a rush on net, nearly got another one through the 5-hole.
Well, Garrett, they surprised both of us as we were expecting an attack headed the other way, and now we do get it. Here's Sandberg passing it forward over toward Rahilly. Puck wobbles high into the air, and Offenbach gets laid out into the boards. He pays the price to try and chip it out, but he fails to do so. Goodfellow coming in right toward the glove side of Billis, knocking it over toward Krusch, who can't chip it out. Another play right in front of the crease, and Kissel finds himself in the position to make a play, knocking the puck the length of the ice. And that's a 200-foot stoppage. We'll have a face-off with 7.5 to go here in the opening frame of this battle for the Barrel weekend.
Yeah, we almost saw some more glass hit the ground there. Whenever we came into the facility today, they were cleaning up the remains of what used to be one of the boards here, but unfortunately it met a quick demise.
Panthers have had several good scoring opportunities, as where they find themselves now. Starin whips a shot from the right point, but instead it's over to Kissel. He slides around, dipsy-doing around several defenders in black sweaters, but instead he loses the puck. Brandenburg prevents a quick rush and lets McKay do the heavy work in the corner. McKay waiting for an option. It gets poke-checked away off the stick of Brody White. White pins him against the boards, but McKay escapes again. Another big shoulder check, and McKay's body gets slammed into the boards. Slap shot on, stolen away, and poked by Kissel. Kissel, Offenbach, and Brandenburg all in the near corner here, just outside of the view of the screen. And Brandenburg slapping at it right outside the trapezoid. A lot of play right under our feet, if you will, Garrett, that we can't quite see.
Yeah, and Indiana's getting pushed around quite a bit right now, and that was one thing that I was worried about when I saw Davenport take the ice. As I mentioned earlier, their size, it's paying dividends.
Davenport accidentally loses possession by their own accord, and they'll get 5 fresh guys onto the ice. So a line change quickly by both, and Indiana has it in the neutral zone. Jack Null scooping it away from the near corner. Sliding over, skating out of trouble instead of passing. He's got quite the momentum. Steps around a defender, keeps going into the left point. Gives it off to Bonecutter, who throws a shot on. A waffle board save into the ceiling. And Indiana had a really good scoring opportunity, but can't make anything of it. Just under 6 to go here in the first. 1-0, still the score for Indiana. Several quality saves from Drake Deering thus far. Brandenburg out of the game, replaced in the circle by Bonecutter. Bonecutter, one of the veteran centers on this team, a junior. Smaller physically, only 5'8", 155, but he makes his presence felt. He throws the body around at will. Indiana controlling in the attacking zone. Bonecutter, speaking of him, flicks the puck along the boards. Now the puck wobbles into no man's land in the middle of the slot. A quick slap shot deflects off the leg pad again. Losing his edge, that's McKay. Knocks it around to Cesarski, who gives somebody a little bit of a high hit. And Cesarski again finds himself on the puck. McKay flicks the puck all the way into the far corner. Indiana and Davenport get 5 aside new. McDaniel pushes the puck toward the far side, chipped along the glass. Davenport can't get the attack going like they want. They've been lining up to start a big rush. Coordinated attack, not yet. Nicholas dumps the puck forward to his teammate Sanko. Sanko loses possession again, and Jeremy has it in the middle of the ice, just off the Louisville Cardinals bird in the center circle. Again, attacking into the zone. And Chambers is down on his knees doing the dirty work and battling for the puck again. He can't get it out of the zone, though. Here comes Starin wrapping it around over toward the right point. Flicks it across. That's to the stick of Brody White, who the puck bounces on top of the cage and stays in play. Remarkable that wasn't stopped. Here comes Chambers again, trying to receive a pass, but instead McDaniel has to hold up the Davenport attack. Here's Senko trying to maneuver and stick handle right past Billis. He can't do so. He was in a very dangerous spot for the Cream and Crimson. And another shot smacks off the end boards and over toward an Indiana stick. 4 minutes to go here in the first period. Indiana leading by 1. A quick pass right under the feet of Jeremy. Icing has been waved off. And coming out of his crease, that was Deering on a very dangerous attempt and a very opportune time for DiLorenzo. He couldn't close the deal. Brandenburg lays the body out on the blue line in front of his opponent's bench, and then the puck chips up against the ceiling. We'll have a stoppage in play with 3.5 to go here in the first.
On that last Davenport attack, I did notice Barrett McDaniel trying to get rid of the goalie screen, and Senko was down there. They were getting into it a little bit. It's getting scrappy.
Well, the last time we were able to broadcast the game, Indiana hosted a junior team from Chicago, the Chicago Cougars, and beat them 5-4 in overtime at the Columbus, Indiana rink because the Frank doesn't open until mid-October due to the temperature. That was a very physical game as well.
We've got bodies down behind the net, too.
You're right, Garrett. There is somebody tied up and tangled as we have a rush on the near side. A quick stick handle in front of the crease. A big body going straight into the cage. That is Sandberg, who nearly goes head first and avoids knocking into Billis barely. Thankfully, the officials are there as Sandberg's stick was caught in part of the net.
Yeah, we might see some fireworks here soon. It's not looking too promising that there's not going to be any penalties this game.
There were over 100 minutes combined for Davenport when they played the Purdue Northwest Pride. 100 minutes in penalties in one game. That was remarkable. Working along the boards, Kissel gets face planted into his own bench. The puck smacks off the bottom of his skate blade. Deflection called, but instead it's waved as icing, even though the linesman on the near side had an eye on it. But nevertheless, we'll have a face-off to the glove side again of Sammy Billis.
Davenport just continuing to show why they are the team that they are so far. Averaging 8 goals a game on the season, rather. They haven't been able to put one in, but they really haven't gotten close to Sammy Billis yet. So if they can work on that, Indiana will really have to try to combat that as much as possible these next couple periods.
1-0 the score. 3 ticks under 3 to go. We'll just take the face-off at the center circle, so all's fair. Puck smacked around by Montmarquette. Cesarski finds it, wheels and deals from behind his own goal, and leaves it off to a teammate. Now over to Vladislav Krush on the far side. Krush knocks it at halfway through the neutral zone, and Kissel gets it the other way. Davenport gets the puck back and will set up an attack. Almost had a clear shot toward the slot, but instead the puck wobbles away from their stick and back toward Montmarquette on the right D. Puck goes the length. Another deflection, says the lineman, so both sides will be able to get fresh boys onto the ice. Goodfellow with a head of steam flicks it to Krush. He's cruising across the blue line, dancing around them again. Goodfellow has the puck over at the left circle. Just outside of it, tries to whisk the puck across, but instead, here's Davenport on the attack. Sliding around is Shabazz. Shabazz tries to chip it to himself off the boards. Davenport lays a hit and then a shot on that gets deflected by Billis. Kissel, a D-to-D pass over to McKay. Almost an opportune situation for Davenport. A poor off-balance shot gets thrown on by Lizick, and Billis swallows another one with his chest pad. Under 2 to go here in period number 1. 1-0 the score. The Cream and Crimson getting a really good goal from point-blank range. That was Andrew Chambers with his 5th goal of the season. Face off to the glove side of Sammy Billis. Indiana trying to push the puck out of the zone. Another great opportunity, and the shot, they score. Ryan Gambert ties it up with 1.5 to go in the first, beating Billis, glove side, top shelf, and we are all knotted at 1 apiece.
Yeah, unfortunately, I thought Indiana was going to be able to get that puck out of there, but it got sent back right to the center of the ice, and it was an easy tap-in for Davenport to tie this one up.
Indiana from the near side to the far side in white, Davenport University, that's located in Caledonia Township, for those of you that don't know, just outside of Grand Rapids, Michigan, have scored one as well. They're playing around in their own zone, now pushing it forward to Demeter. Demeter gets challenged, and Jeremy takes it over to the high slot. Stick handling, nearly gets tripped up. The puck wobbles past the stick of Deering. Body slamming into the boards in the corner. Chambers trying to put a shoulder into somebody and find the puck. Off balance, but continues to play, is Sanko. And more bodies will switch out. Looks like Demeter was a little bit gassed. A pass right along the blue line, a dangerous attempt, but Cesarski finds it, going to Chambers. Chambers over to Jeremy, moving across the blue line. He gets it poked away from him. Puck is loose, scooped up by Chambers again. He's using his body to shield the puck just outside the left circle. A quick shot thrown on, and a good save by Deering. Davenport finds the puck in their own zone. We've got half a minute to play here in the first. 1-1 the score. Davenport on the near side in the corner. Swings the puck all the way across, hits the glass right at the red line, and bounces into the attacking zone. And we'll have a stoppage in play. It looks like offside was called by the linesman on the far side. So 18 ticks to go here in the first frame. We are still knotted at 1, Garrett.
I like where Indiana's at right now. I know they had the lead earlier in the period, but getting 1-1 tie at the end of the first is always a plus. And so far, I feel like they haven't been playing up to their potential, so it's only uphill from here.
15 seconds to go here in the first frame. Simino leading the charge with Chambers. Off to the far side, that's DiLorenzo. He loses the puck, and coming the other way with 5 seconds to go are the Panthers until the puck again hits the ceiling off a deflection. And we'll have a stoppage in play with just under 5 seconds to go in period number 1.
And I got a feeling we're going to say that a few more times here tonight. The puck hitting the ceiling, that is.
The puck hit the ceiling. Here's the face-off right along the blue line. Cesarski has a half-hearted shot. And we got some pushing and shoving after the whistle. It looks like DiLorenzo was getting into it with a Panther he thought was hitting him after the whistle, but nevertheless, we'll head to the bench with the score all tied up at 1. After 20 minutes of play here at the Louisville Sports Iceplex, it's 1-1, Davenport and Indiana. This is Club Ice Hockey at Indiana University on the Indiana Hockey Broadcast Network.
And for club ice hockey at Indiana University, we are back to begin this second period of play after a first that saw 11 face-off victories for Indiana compared to 7 for Davenport. And now coming back with it the other way is Indiana. And with the puck now, taking it behind the net and now sending it up forward, taken by Davenport. Controlled there, and a shot on net over the crossbar. That was a good shot there by Demeter, and he was able to get the shot open for Davenport early. Here's a 2-on-1 here across. It just missed O'Flaherty, who was flanking on the other side. And now the puck's taken by Cesarski and flipped back into O'Flaherty, where it goes behind the net to be retrieved. And circling around Semino, he now leaves it off. And a shot right in. That is a goal to open for Will Kicker. And just like that, Indiana is able to take a 2-1 lead here.
Awesome shot on frame by Kicker, getting the scoring going early in the second period. Garrett, thanks for taking over the play-by-play for this middle inning, if you will.
No problem, Sam. We've had some miscommunications with the jersey numbers, so we're trying to sort those out for you.
Like we said, road trips are always interesting, Garrett.
Will Kicker getting on the board to open the second period for Indiana, and they now lead the game 2-1. We still have 19 minutes to play here in period number 2. That one kicked away by Billis with the stick, and now Kicker will send it back behind the net, where it's taken at the blue line and sent in by White. That was a near big hit on the boards there, as Michelli almost got laid out. He was able to avoid it, and now this is White with the puck for Davenport into the corner. He sends it back out to be taken, and he's run into there by Kicker. And now it's flipped back in by Goodfellow and retrieved by Deering. Up the ice, a shot on Billis. That was a flip off the wrist of Gamber, and Billis was able to keep that one from entering the back of the net to preserve the Indiana lead. That one nearly flew into the bench, but it's corralled at center ice and flipped in right there by Chambers. And now here comes Davenport the other way, trying to avoid the rush there of Kissel. Kissel flips it in on net, and it'll be stopped and grabbed there by Deering. A little bit of a miscommunication between the D-man. And now Indiana will regain possession behind the net in the O-zone. A battle for it here. And it's flipped out and taken there by Hartline. He will send it back where Indiana is able to corral it. Brandenburg nearly got pushed into the bench. He gives a little stick tap as he goes on the line change. And now here comes Indiana. This is Kissel with it now, sending it towards the net, but it's stopped there and flipped up, and we will have a stoppage as that puck hit the net. Taking the face-off now for Indiana will be Carter Bonecutter. We are down to 16:51 to play here in period number 2. Indiana able to grab a 2-1 lead on the goal by Will Kicker in the first minute of play. Davenport able to control. It's flipped back in by McKay, but now it will be taken back and played up by Uzzle.
Well, Garrett, if some viewers are having trouble understanding where we are in the rink, we are basically above the rink in the corner, so we're having just as hard of a time seeing under us as the camera is.
The best way I could describe it to the viewer is a bird's nest. That's pretty much what it is, and we've even got some companions up here taking up limited space, but, you know, we'll make it do. It'll
we
work.
got Tommy Crumbs at keeping the stats for us. We appreciate that. Did a great job in the first frame.
A little bit of confusion here as the faceoff is won by Indiana. It's flipped on net, and crashing into the goaltender there was Healy. And now it will be taken back out by Davenport and flipped back in. Indiana tried to corral it there.
Garrett, sometimes when the puck comes into the near corner, it's a surprise for us where the puck goes.
Yeah, we just got to wait for it to get flipped out.
It almost reminds me of waiting for the results of a game the morning in the newspaper day after.
Or when you know you can't watch it and you just have to look at the ESPN play-by-play. But
The morning sports center, exactly.
Either way, you get the end result. And Billis will send that one back out to be taken by Chambers. And it was flipped back towards Billis, but a great diving play made there by Goodfellow, able to avoid that pass from getting in harm's way. Flipping it in now past the blue line, and it's taken there and corralled by Lizick. And he sends it forward. Now a shot across. A beautiful dangle there by Holsey. He was just unable to get the shot on net. And now here comes Indiana. They're going to have a 3-on-1 here. The pass goes across. Here's the shot. Oh, he just missed as the defender was able to get back. A near goal there as Jeremy was flanking the outside. And now he will head to the bench. Even though kicker scored earlier in the period, that might have been the best opportunity that we've seen so far, Sam. And now coming the other way is Davenport. It's a wide open net, and it was on a breakaway. They were able to score there to tie this game up at 2 with 14:42 to play in the second period. It was Sandberg from Fort Wayne able to put that one in the back of the net.
A shootout situation, and there's not a whole lot for Sammy Billis to do. He was all by himself. All of the defenders had been caught up in the attack, and the counterattack had nobody home. Billis unable to quite make the leg save. He had a great opportunity, though, a great chance.
That's just the way it goes. Sometimes you get an unlucky bounce, and it leads to a breakaway. Fortunately for Indiana, they were able to maintain a lead earlier in the period, so the game is now tied. Billis will cover that one up with 14:34 to play in period number 2. We saw 11 shots from Indiana in the first period. 7 plays it in, where it's taken behind the net there by Kissel, and he gets run into. Now Krusch is fighting for it. He kicks it to Kissel. Krusch flips one on net that nearly snuck into the corner. That would have been an incredible goal. And that one deflected off the glove and nearly went in.
Glanced off the body, Garrett. How close was that?
2 close opportunities, and we're going to have a penalty on Indiana here as they will get, I believe that was, it's going to be a trip. And we'll see who goes to the box.
Well, Garrett, either way, the official was in a great position to make the play, and I think it's been called quite fairly through about 1.5 periods. Got to give my compliments, our compliments, to the officiating crew this evening.
So now it'll be the first power play of the game for Davenport as that one's flipped behind the net.
Davenport, 25% so far, Garrett, this season on the power play. 4 for 16.
And now they will be on the power play for the next couple of minutes here. We're down to 13.5 minutes to go second period as that one is flipped up to run some time off of this penalty. And DiLorenzo is flying up the ice right now on this penalty kill, trying to get something going off the long passes. He's run into there, and now he will retreat, where it's taken back in by Davenport and flipped back into the Indiana offensive zone. All season we've seen the penalty killers do a great job of killing off these power plays, and every time they get the puck, they just flip it right down to the other end, and that's really all you can ask for. Just keep it out of the D zone as much as possible.
It's something that Indiana struggled with the last time they had a full season, 2019-2020. And Garrett, I believe you were still in high school the last time they had a full season.
Yeah, I know. It's been a minute for many sports, especially Indiana hockey, but we are glad that it's back. And I think it's safe to say that it's back now.
We almost had a 5-on-3 opportunity, or 6-on-4 rather. Now we'll have a 5-on-3 as a delayed call finally gets whistled down.
Drake Deering skated over towards the bench momentarily, but now he is back in the net. Might be out of water in that Gatorade bottle on top, maybe.
So for 45 seconds, Garrett, Indiana's going to have to figure out a way to keep the puck out of the back of the net with only 3 skaters.
You never want to see a 5-on-3 for the opponent, and now I think this is only the second one we've seen all year in the games that we've done. And if I remember correctly, I think the first one did lead to a goal. So now they have a chance to redeem themselves here. It's flipped up towards the blue line and taken there by Uzzle. He sends it back in, and a shot on net nearly deflected off the cross. And now it will be sent back in by a kicker, or O'Flaherty rather. And that will do it for the penalty, the first penalty. So we're back to a 5-on-4.
Well, Garrett, we still don't know who's wearing the number 16 sweater for Indiana. We can't tell who the infraction was on, the tripping minor, the first penalty called.
Yeah, whenever the penalty was initially called, I was scrambling trying to figure out who it was on, but I couldn't. Taking it up the ice for Davenport now is Rahili rather. And now it's flipped back up by Cesarski to kill some more time off this penalty. We're down to 11 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the period. 35 seconds remaining on the Davenport power play.
Indiana survived the 2-man disadvantage, and now they've only got 1 man short.
Deering will play this one up and just leave it for his D-man there, who is Sandberg, the goal scorer for Davenport. Coming up and turning on the brakes, rather, is Sanko. He hits the deck, and now Indiana will squib it forward, and that will do it for the power play. So the Indiana penalty kill steps up and does their job beautifully.
Really attentive play by Deering, close to us in net, smacking his stick against the ice. That's good coaching by the Panthers. Deering knows that his guys need to know when they're going to have an extra guy come on for the opponent.
It's safe to say that communication is just as important in hockey as it is in any other sport. You and your defenders and your forwards and your goalkeeper always have to be on the same page. And now back to even strength. Indiana has a chance to attack here. That shot flipped to just wide of the net. That was Jeremy, who nearly gave Indiana the lead, and we will have a stoppage of play as that one exited the glass. So we're about halfway through the second period here, Sam. We've got a 2-2 game. It was 1-1 at the end of the first. And so far, everything that we've been saying is just keeping on.
Well, Indiana played Chicago close the last time we were able to see them live and in person. And they're battling the Panthers close as well.
And now Davenport flips it up, and it's taken there by White. White sends it across for a slapper that was taken by Healy, but it was unable to find anywhere near the net.
Garrett, the bodies are flying everywhere in the defensive zone for Indiana.
Yeah, I thought Indiana might get a trip there, but the referee decided otherwise. Here comes Jeremy on the rush. He sends it towards the net. It's off the pad of Deering, and now we have a stoppage and people pushing and shoving.
Little extracurricular activity, Garrett.
The game just keeps getting chippier, and you just got to wonder when the fuse is going to be lit.
Coach Henderson for Indiana knew that this roster would need to play physically and bring the tempo every time they were on the ice, and they've done so for him thus far. They're a little bit smaller than they were in past years, height-wise and weight-wise, but they are punching above their weight.
Their average height wouldn't be the highest, and Nathan Cesarski is definitely an outlier in that statistic.
He towered over us during our weekend preview show.
Yeah, I was lucky he didn't have skates on. It would have looked a lot worse, but coming up the ice with it now and sending it back in is Offenbach. He leaves it off where it's taken there, and now Offenbach has it back. This is Vladislav Krush, gets a shot on net. Oh my goodness, it's still loose, and it's covered by Deering. That puck hit off the back of Deering.
And off the post, Garrett.
And off the post, and then it hit Deering's back again and nearly slid in, but he was able to fall on it.
Krush is thinking that it might have hit the back of the cage, although I don't think that was the case. He's lobbying to the first official.
That's about as close as you can get to scoring, I'll tell you that, though. 9 minutes and 14 seconds to go, second period. We are now more than halfway through.
Hitters on the ice for the Panthers. A power play for Indiana. Never saw the call from the official, nor did we see any hand signals.
This will be the first power play for Indiana this game. And now we will see if they can regain the lead from it. Krush sends one on net that's grabbed. Couldn't sneak it through the 5-hole, and it's stopped by Deering. One minute and 12 seconds are left on the power play for a penalty that I guess we just must have missed being called. I don't remember there being a stoppage for it.
Well, we can't see the penalty box either, as it's shielded from our view.
There's a lot of things that we're having to battle through right now, but at the end of the day, we're still watching Indiana hockey, and that's all that matters.
It's like flying a plane with a blindfold, but we're instrument rated, Garrett.
Jeremy flips that one on net, and it goes off the pad, and now it's battled for behind and flipped back out over the head of Cesarski, and Indiana will have to reset. We are down to 35 seconds on the power play. This might be the last attack here by the keeper, Deering. And now it's flipped back in and taken in there by Kicker, who scored earlier in the period, the first minute, actually, to give Indiana the lead at the time. Kicker's shot is deflected, and the power play is over for Indiana, and now Davenport has a rush. A good block there. And the cross was unable to be met by a stick. We'll have a stoppage with 7:29 remaining, second period. It's still a tie game. It looks like the net might have come off its bearings. That's what the stoppage was for.
Garrett, more physical play and good job on the special teams from Indiana. Although they didn't convert, they had some sustained attacks running the umbrella. And that's really good to see this early in the season.
That's really all you can ask for, especially because these guys still have not played a whole lot of games together. They're still learning what each other's tendencies are and things like that. But
and Davenport did play a few games last year, so they are not totally unfamiliar with each other.
On the rush, here comes Knoll. He flips it on net, and it's grabbed by Deering. Jack Knoll tried to go to the backhand flip shot, just didn't have enough English on it.
And you've got to give Jack Knoll credit. Really good backhand opportunity from about 10 feet in front of the crease. Another stoppage in play by the official at center ice.
No penalty this time, it appears. Indiana continuing to dominate the faceoff battle, which really they've done a great job of all season. On the attack for Davenport now, this is Brown. It's flipped back and past Montmarquette, the captain of Davenport. And now it's a race for the puck. Montmarquette able to poke it away, and Davenport corrals it. A big hit there by Krush. My goodness, he laid the lumber on that one.
Kissel has no twig. He's got to head to the bench.
Krush was unable to maintain possession when he tried getting towards the net. And now it's flipped back in and controlled by Davenport. This is Hulsey with the puck.
And Garrett, you mentioned the faceoffs. Indiana won the faceoff battle 7-4 in the first period. Offenbach, Bone Cutter, and a couple other guys doing the heavy lifting. although it was Bone Cutter with the lion's share.
We'll have another face-off in the offensive zone here, and it will be taken for Indiana by Aiden Semino. And that was unable to be kept in. Here comes Davenport. It's a 2-on-1, and the cross goes wide of the net. They would have had an easy tap-in had the pass been on. But now Indiana looking for control. That shot was just wide by Sanko, and now it's taken there by Semino for Indiana. It's flipped up and corralled by Semino towards center ice, and now here comes O'Flaherty with the shot. He scores! Jack O'Flaherty with the wrister from the right side, and Indiana regains the lead. He put it in the Passion basket, and it's 3-2 with 5:49 remaining in the second period. That was a beautiful move by O'Flaherty right there.
What a piece of work by O'Flaherty, going top shelf again, and it looked to be glove side to beat Deering.
As mentioned, 5 minutes and 49 seconds remaining in the period. Indiana has just scored to take a 3-2 lead.
And you've got to give the Panthers credit. They're still fighting and still trying to mount an attack. A lot of bodies colliding, Garrett. It's more physical play from both teams.
I'm glad to see Indiana stepping up a little bit, because in the first period they were getting pushed around, but now you can see they're really angering the Davenport players. O'Flaherty is pushed to the ice from behind. That was close to a cross-check. And now coming with it the other way is Sanko. He scores right off the bat. As soon as Indiana takes the lead, Sanko able to dribble out into the open ice, and we are tied at 3.
Garrett, we're riding a seesaw back and forth, back and forth. Every time Indiana puts a tally up on the board, the Panthers answer as soon as they possibly can.
That is Jack Sanko's third goal of the season. He is tied for the team lead. Or no, rather that is the team lead, as he's second in points but now first in goals with 3. Davenport wins the faceoff there, and it's flipped up by Uzzle and taken behind the net by Blackburn. He's run into by Krush. Vlad's really been flying all over the ice this period, looking for somebody to hit. That one poked out with the stick, nearly snuck in past Deering. And now here comes Davenport up the ice. This is Rahili. He takes a shot from one knee that Billis is able to save. And Billis went down into the butterfly and was able to get that one out of there. Krush is slammed into the boards once again. He'll now head to the bench, as it's a battle against the wall here with Brandenburg.
Bodies get tangled up again. Brandenburg, the one on the ground for Indiana.
He was using his stick quite a bit there, and now Brandenburg flips it out and towards the net. That was Kissel trying to get a shot there, and now it's flipped back in by McDaniel and covered by Deering. We're down to 4 minutes remaining in the second period. We've seen 2 goals scored for both teams, and this game just continues to get more and more action-packed as we go.
Brandenburg has caught 1 or 2 elbows in the corner trying to do the dirty work for Indiana, fishing the puck out of the zone. He's taking a beating.
The faceoff will be controlled by Davenport. Rather, Indiana sneaks in there to take it. And now it's wrapped around into the blind corner and taken there. Cesarski sends it up the ice. Chambers had it for a moment, and now it's flipped back in. Here's a shot that almost snuck through, and Deering is able to lay on it. The puck squirted out, but the refs had already blown it dead off the shot by Jeremy.
Kicker in disbelief, sitting down next to the post. He thought it had gone in. It looked like the net moved. It must have been the stick of Deering that fell back in toward the goal.
That's the second time we've seen one just nearly sneak past Deering, and he had to sprawl out on his back to stop it from going in. With the puck now, and Jeremy sends it back, where it's taken in and sent out by Lizick. And now it's a race for it. Davenport wins, and Billis able to make a great save, covering the 5-hole as it was Davenport tried to sneak that one in there. That was Healy on the rush. And we've been saying Will Healy's name a lot today for Davenport. He has been an offensive facilitator thus far.
You know, those are sometimes the most key guys in your lineup, the ones that don't necessarily score, but move the puck around well.
And that shot from Rahilly drew iron as Billis taps the post saying thank you, as Indiana almost faced their first deficit of the day. Under 3 minutes remaining in the second period as Billis able to stop that one, and it goes into the corner. It's taken there by Rahilly and sent in off the net. And now it's flipped up and taken by Cesarski. Cesarski, the big man, bringing it up the ice. He flips one on, and it's off the pad of Deering. And now Davenport with numbers the other way. The Indiana defense fortunately able to catch up there. Nearly a big collision. And now he covered the puck with his hands. No call there, but now it's sent back in. The icing is waved off. And Simoneau did a good job of putting the pressure on there. And Simoneau now with the puck going behind towards the blind spot. And it's taken back up and corralled for Indiana by Brennan. Davenport with it now. Billis grabs that one with the glove off the flip shot from Storeen. And we are down to 1 minute and 52 seconds remaining. We've seen Indiana with a couple faceoffs in the D zone this period, something that they have not had to do a whole lot of thus far. As that puck is flipped around and corralled there by Simoneau. Davenport chasing it down now in the corner. Trying to find room for a flip shot. It was put on net there by Uzzle.
Dangerous late deflection, Garrett. That could have been bad.
A big hit at center ice as Simoneau hit the deck. He appears to be okay. Now on the rush, here comes Krusch trying to find it in. And the shot is stopped in traffic now. This is O'Flaherty with it.
That's about as close as you can get to a goal without putting it in the back of the net.
Now coming the other way, this is Sanko. He sends it back, a flip shot off the pad of Billis, and it will roll all the way back into the neutral zone. Now a shot on Billis blocked in traffic. As Davenport has really put the pressure on here, we're down to 45 seconds remaining in the second period. It's a 3-3 game. That one rolls behind the net, and it's taken there by the captain, Nathan Cesarski. And he will flip it towards the other end. Krusch nearly got there as there was no icing on that one. Krusch trying to dangle through. He stopped, and now we're seeing a bit of slashing going on as Holsey was not happy with Vlad right there. Coming up with it the other way, this is Kissel going behind the net, and we will have a stoppage with 14 seconds to go in the second period.
This has been a much more fluid frame, Garrett. Not as many stoppages as the first period. And although we have seen 2 goals scored by both sides, there's been a lot of really good attacking and recovering by both teams as well.
Jack Knoll will take the face-off here, and Indiana's able to win it. That shot was flipped on the backhand by McKay, and it nearly found the net. It's sent to the other end now to be taken by Indiana, and that will do it for period number 2 as the buzzer goes off. It is a 3-3 tie, and really we're going to have an exciting third period coming your way.
You know, Garrett, both of these goaltenders, although they've given up 3, I think it's fair to say they've absolutely stood on their head so far. And both making some really good point-blank saves, coming out and playing the puck from behind their own net well. Deering fielded the puck like a ground ball. It was wobbling and ricocheting across the ice. And I've got to give credit to him as well.
We will have period number 3 for you in just a moment. You are watching Club Ice Hockey at Indiana University on the Indiana Hockey Broadcast Network.
The skaters are back out on the ice, and we're back in the booth for the third period of this barn burner between the Davenport Panthers and the club ice hockey at Indiana University. Sam Weixler, your play-by-play broadcaster, alongside Garrett Drake, and our statistician this evening, Tommy Krumzik. Indiana in the white sweaters headed from near side to far. That's left to right. And the Panthers from right to left. Here comes Kissel on a rush. A wrist shot goes off the waffle board again of Deering in net. He and Billis have been incredible so far. Here comes Rahilly on a break. One-on-one. Shoots and saved again by the stomach of Billis. He has stood his ground quite well.
Sammy Billis has been playing great all season long. He currently has a 3-1 record in net, and Indiana almost able to get on the board in the first minute of the third period as well, just like they did in the second.
Face off to the stick side of Billis, won by Indiana. Going to the ground is Barrett. McDaniel, here's Null on a rush, gives it up to McKay. McKay flips it forward across the blue line, but Davenport prevents the attack. Whacked at and pushed into the corner to the near side. Bonecutter goes up to make a play on it. To the right point, McDaniel smacks it right around behind the frame. Again in the trapezoid, the puck wobbling around. McKay sliding around backward over to Null now. He flicks it to Goodfellow at the far point. Again by McKay, spinning around with the puck. Knocks it toward the crease, and then taking it again over toward the right point. McDaniel, a wrist shot blocked by the stomach of Starin. Puck stays in the attacking zone for Indiana. McKay, stick handle just outside the right circle. Spins around to reload. Thinks about a pass, goes to a pass, and it's over to Goodfellow. A shot deflected, and Davenport will take control. Here comes Vonovic with the puck. He gets it poked away. Brandenburg headed the other way. 1-on-3. Brandenburg can't make his way successfully through without getting pushed around, and Davenport takes the puck from their own zone. A big rush coming towards us from Majewski, but the play is whistled dead, and we'll have a stoppage. 18:04 to go here in the final frame. 3-3 the score. Indiana and Davenport trading punches in the first two periods. Face-off will come to the glove side of the Davenport netminder. A wobbling shot thrown on. That is Brennan. Indiana can't hold on to the puck, and the tack will break up. Davenport has the puck. That's in the neutral zone. Blackburn sliding around, throws a shot on, way wide to the stick side. Billis didn't even have to make a play. Brandenburg headed the other way. DiLorenzo chips it forward to himself as Deering comes out of the cage and nearly gets beat. He had to come behind his own net to make a play and almost gave up the go-ahead goal. Puck thrown into the attacking zone for Indiana. Back in the corner, that's Brown for the Panthers. Knocks the puck all the way around. Toilet bowling to the far side at the point. Cesarski tying it up along the yellow boards. More pushing and shoving ensues. Everybody poking at it. Nobody able to get it free. Finally, it's DiLorenzo at the far corner. Sliding around. Thinks about it. Passes to the high slot. Shoveled back towards Cesarski. He throws a shot on and scores! Cesarski with a great wrist shot from the left point. Breaks up the deadlock. It's 4-3, and the captain takes a beautiful rip from way outside. The blue line sniper.
You could tell that the big fella was getting ready to let it rip, and he sent a screamer at the net that was able to get past. And just like that, Indiana retaking the lead at 4-3.
Cesarski gets his fourth goal of the season for Indiana. Face-off won by the Cream and Crimson. Goodfellow playing around with it in the neutral zone on the far side. Here's to Jeremy. Over at the left point, sliding into the left dot. He gets pushed around, bodied by Montmarquette. And another big shot coming from Goodfellow this time from the left point. Indiana's defensemen are having a field day, rifling shots across the frame. Again, the battle in the near corner. Chambers poking around at it. Now over toward the stick of Kicker. Kicker wearing 18 this evening. Another jersey switch. The Panthers finally push the puck out of their own zone. This is Sandberg, who scored earlier, trying to mount an attack, but instead it's Chambers controlling the puck in his own corner right under us in the blind spot. Finally, Indiana emerging with the puck. Here comes Jeremy, flanking him. Again, that's Michelli. Michelli tries to put the puck on, deflected away. Now into the corner, that's Kissel, who gets an elbow to the back of his neck and stays on the ice, stays on his feet. Another rush. Halsey gets tangled up and looks for a call, but the alternate captain will not get one. He slides into the cage, and we'll have a stoppage in play. 15:46 to go in this contest between the Davenport Panthers and the Cream and Crimson of Indiana University. 4-3 still the score as the captain, Nathan Cesarski, breaking the game wide open. Face off to the glove side of Billis. Offenbach wins it for Indiana, over to Brandenburg along the boards. Krusch finds the puck at his stick. Whisked forward again, thrown against the officials' booth. And the puck knocked the length of the ice. Icing has been called, and we'll bring it back toward us. 15.5 to go. Indiana up by 1.
Indiana so far leading the shots battle as we're in the waning minutes of this third period, 15 minutes to go. And so far it's paid dividends on the scoreboard as they currently lead 4-3 if you're just joining. But the pucks on net have been the story of the game so far, and Indiana has prevailed.
Every time Indiana has scored, the Panthers have come right back with a goal of their own. Let's see how they respond. Over at the right point, that's Lizick. He backhands the puck deep into the zone, into the corner. Kissel waiting for it. Emerging with the puck is Nicholas for the Panthers. And now Kissel has it in the neutral zone. Passing it over to Krusch on the far side. Krusch gets bodied by Lizick again and is able to push the puck all the way into the trapezoid. He again emerges at the right place at the right time with the puck. And again, Cesarski playing in the middle of the ice very strongly. The puck ricochets over to Demeter, who is pushed around by Kicker. Timmons also out there. And now Bonecutter at the left point. He's dispossessed. Here come the Panthers trying to mount an attack. McKay steps up into center ice and intercepts the pass over toward the left circle. Dangling and maneuvering, and the puck is kicked up and out of play. We've got a stoppage with 14.5 to go in the final period.
The hits are pretty much even to this point in the game. In the beginning, Davenport was all over Indiana, but Indiana has been able to do a great job of showing Davenport they weren't going to be pushed around for all 3 periods, as a faceoff is controlled by Davenport here and tapped out towards the blue.
Indiana can't hold on to possession. Rushing the other way, that's Sandberg. Sandberg at the left circle, throws a shot on it, hit the goaltender Billis in the shoulder. He didn't see where the deflection went, and Davenport continues to attack. Another waffle board saved by Billis. It goes into the corner. McKay on the far corner on his defending zone gets pinned up against the boards. Coming out to help him is McDaniel, who pushes it to Null. Null trying to glide around a defender, but it is unsuccessful. A change for both sides. 3 for Indiana, 5 new for the Panthers. The puck wobbles around into the attacking half of the ice for Indiana. Play continues, and the puck goes all the way free to Billis. Nobody wanted that. Icing waved off. 13.5 to go in the game. Indiana up by 1. Puck in the neutral zone. Here comes O'Flaherty on the rush. He throws a shot on, gloved, and knocked away by Deering again. An incredible save. A rush again the other way by Hartline. Gives it up, back over to him, and a good save by the leg of Billis. He had his foot right on the post. Now O'Flaherty has a man with him. That's DiLorenzo. It's a 2-on-1. Over to the right circle. Passes it short to DiLorenzo. Can't get the backhand to go. It's poked away. Into the near corner in the attacking third. Cesarski harassing the Panthers at the blue line and knocking the puck away. He's got it at his own stick. Now a good whack at it. O'Flaherty again has DiLorenzo with him. O'Flaherty takes a hard body into the boards. DiLorenzo dipsy-doos around one defenseman. And now it's over to Goodfellow. He can't hold on to it. And chasing it back is Chambers, along with Kicker, who gets manhandled as well. O'Flaherty seems to be in the attack at all times, but this time flips it just a little bit too high and into the roof. Stopping this play at 12:30. Indiana still up by 1. And Garrett, one thing to note, this roof is slanted at about a 5-degree angle, a 5-degree list, if you will, toward the benches from the fan seating area. So it's lower in front, above the benches than it is on the far side of the ice.
This atmosphere does have a bit of a more space futuristic type feel to it with the saran wrap style roof.
It does feel like saran wrap or tinfoil maybe. We hit our heads on it twice already trying to get up here. Indiana finding the puck in their own zone. That's Kicker fishing it out of the blind corner. Over to Chambers. He gets hit high in front of his own bench and spills onto the ice. Over to Jeremy chasing it into the corner. Indiana can't keep the attack, and a big body laid by Kicker will have a delayed call. And unfortunately, it looks like a trip on Will Kicker, the freshman. He'll head to the box for a 2-minute minor, and Indiana will be down a man for 2 minutes.
And he is not happy about that call one bit. He feels that he got laid into a little bit on the play prior, and he let it carry over, now putting Davenport on the man advantage.
The two captains, Marquette and Cesarski, having a word with the Zebras herd at center ice, just off of the Cardinal logo. Marquette seems to be trying to describe maybe a hand pass. He's animated, using all kinds of hand signals and gestures, trying to figure out what it is. But nevertheless, play will continue. Indiana will be short a man.
I think there was a bit of controversy, too, when Indiana changed lines after the puck went off the ceiling. I don't think Davenport was too happy about that.
They are still discussing at center ice, although the rest of the skaters have lined up on the near dot for this faceoff to the stick side of Billis. Well, Indiana up by 1. Marquette finishes his discussion with the referee. He is the captain for this Panthers team. He's allowed to do that. Indiana is short one of their alternate captains. Cade Kenyon is traveling for personal reasons outside the state, so he is not with the team on this road trip.
Indiana will definitely be missing Cade this weekend, as he scored the game-winning goal in overtime of their first game.
So Davenport on the power play. Hartline has it at the right point, thrown wide and high. Billis doesn't have to make a save this time. Puck thrown point blank right across the mouth of the crease, and again it's to Hartline. To the high slot, thrown on by White, and battle ensues, but play stopped. Billis found the puck over to his glove side and landed on it, stopping play at 11:39 to go here in the third. Only 20 seconds elapsed so far on the power play for the Panthers.
Semino was skating a little gingerly after he took that blocked puck. We'll see if he's able to come back from that.
Timmons finds the puck and lays it the length of the ice to give Indiana a chance to get fresh guys on. The Panthers take advantage of that and get a new guy on as well. Partial line changes for the Panthers thus far. Now on the attack on the far side. Here's Hartline. Smacks a shot on. The puck stays in the middle of the slot, and no one goes to it. Looks like the blades of the player's sticks and skates were just right around it, never touching it. Goodfellow does a slap shot the length of the neutral zone and the attacking zone, and Deering has to cover. Halfway through this power play for the Davenport Panthers, a quick rush on the near side by Sanko. He's into the blind corner, emerges on the far side. A quick one-timer from right outside, and they score! Vonovic, the backhanded deflection, beats Billis stick side, and again, the Panthers respond in quick order. 4-4 the score. The power play is over, and we've got a barn burner on our hands, Garrett.
I was about to say, as I'm sure you were as well, what a save by Sammy Billis, but then off the rebound, it was tapped in from the side of the net, and just like that, Davenport able to tie things up. It's a power play goal, and it's 4-4 with 10:43 remaining.
Half a frame to go. Falling down out of his crease is Deering. He slides around trying to play the puck. Bit of a misstep, and it looks like one of his blades might be partially off of his skate. Here comes Jeremy. He's got a man with him. Shoots top shelf, sticked away by Deering. Puck along the boards on the far side. Scooped up by Chambers. He flicks it to his D-man partner, Cesarski. All the way forward. That's over to Michelli. Michelli throws a shot on way high at the cage. Deering never saw it. He ducked his head. Over to Cesarski again. Lines a slap shot up, but it hits a body. Deflected again, and the puck spins just out of the field of play for Indiana. They'll have to clear the zone. More hand-to-hand combat ensues just off the benches as line changes were happening. Here's the rush for the Panthers, gloved away by Billis, and he'll tuck that away. Healy had a really good shot, but it was too high, and Billis saw it coming from a mile away.
Sammy's glove hand has been tested quite a bit this year, and he's shown that he's got the reflexes for it.
Indiana will be on their heels for this face-off to the glove side of Billis. Offenbach wins it, but it's bounced against the boards. Over toward Krusch, who throws it across the blue line, trying to find a man, but instead the Panthers take it. Here's Senko. He knocks a shot all the way around toward the far point. Healy again has it. Over to Demeter. Goodfellow finds it at his stick and knocks it forward to Kissel. Kissel's got to run. Is brought down from behind, and we'll have a delayed call on the ice. Whistle will come as Starren touches up, and Indiana now should have their first opportunity in this frame with a man advantage.
Yeah, that would have been a great breakaway opportunity there. The defender really had no choice but to take down Jack Kissel on that breakaway.
That is Jacob Demeter, the senior from Grand Rapids, in the box. .9:22 to go in the final period of play, barring a tie at the end of it. So Indiana will take the face-off in their attacking zone. Cesarski lines up a shot, gives it up back toward Jeremy. Over to the high slot. Cesarski throws a wrist shot, but it catches the stick blade of several players, and the puck wobbles across to the near side. Billis staring at it from the blue paint, letting Cesarski take it for him. Cesarski holds, thinking about something, now gives it up to Jeremy on a give and go, coming around the far side to the left point. He slides to the circle, throwing a shot on it, deflected away. Cesarski has it again at the left circle. He shoots. It's deflected. Puck is in the crease. Bodies are flying, and everyone is going crazy. Indiana thinks they've scored, and they have. And Cesarski has put a second puck in the back of the net. For a second time, he breaks the deadlock. It's 5-4 Indiana. And the man with the C on his chest has 2 goals to his name.
We just watched total madness ensue in front of the net. It was a battle that went on for 5 or 6 seconds. Bodies were scrambling everywhere. We didn't even know what to say, and the puck ended up in the net.
Well, we're so far, we have to rely on the players putting their arms in the air, cheering to see if it's a goal or not. 5-4, third period. Even strength, 5-on-5 play, as that power play was cut short and the sentence commuted for Demeter. The senior's mistake cost his team dearly. Here come the Panthers on a counterattack. They've answered quickly after every Indiana score, and they attempt to with a quick shot, but it's flicked high and wide into the netting in front of us, and a stoppage will come with 8.5 to go here in the third period. Indiana leading 5-4 in what has been an exciting game here at the Louisville Battle for the Barrel. Face off to the stick side of Billis. Indiana are on their heels in their own zone. Puck flips up and out of play over the short boards, and we'll put the horses back in the chute and do it all over again.
Line them up, Sam.
Offenbach sets up to take the face-off, but it deflects over to Uzel. He throws a wrister on that manages to get to Offenbach again over at the far side of the play. He gets knocked down on his backside and gets up. Sitting on his wallet, he tried to play the puck. Now over to Brandenburg, who tries to play defenseman over toward the stick of Blackburn. He throws it on. A lot of shots coming in quick order, in short order, that is, for the Panthers. Brandenburg into the near corner, the blind corner, that is. Taking a shot, and down is Kissel. He is struggling to get up, and Billis can't find the puck. It's on the back of the cage, finally poked free. Indiana really in a dangerous position right now, still trying to fish it out from behind the net. Offenbach poking at it with his stick. And again, play continues with the Panthers on offense. Cruz lunges at the puck, and it's in the back of the net. A deflection and score. Demeter, after getting called for a penalty and heading to the box, that led to a power play goal for Indiana. Demeter now gets a goal of his own, and it's 5-5. Garrett, every single time Indiana scores, they've allowed a quick goal by the Panthers.
Yeah, and you got to feel for Sammy right now, too, because the last 2 goals scored by Davenport were off bad rebounds or deflections. And when you're a goalie, there's just not much you can do to stop those.
You really can't put that one on Billis. It was a wobbling shot that took a weird deflection right in front of him, like a ground ball bouncing on a rock in the infield in baseball. 7.5 minutes to go in the third period. Cesarski thinks about a shot now to Knoll, who misses the cage by just a bit. Chipped across the short boards by Timmons into the trapezoid. Knoll getting battled around. And now over to McKay, who spins like a top along the goal line. He comes from point blank, decides to hold it instead of shoot. He's hit from behind, a little bit of a cross check, and is dispossessed in the attacking zone. On the rush, that's Sandberg, leaving it for a teammate, but no one was home. McKay has it on a 1-on-2, now a 2-on-2. He tries to sidestep a defenseman, but instead the puck wobbles around toward Bonecutter. 6.5 to go. The score tied yet again. Indiana has had the lead every time, but has only had a 1-goal lead every single time they score. Knoll has the puck in front of his own net. The boys cheering for him as they take a line change. Puck is poked away and flies into the air. And Knoll heads to the bench himself this time. On for it is Simino, who decides to let Goodfellow go find the puck behind the goal line. Simino on the near side throws a puck all the way across to the neutral zone, but can't find a teammate to connect with. Here's Kicker whacking a puck into the near corner, the blind corner. The puck rolls like all the way across the blue line and back out. The Panthers trying to mount an attack. Simino backhands the puck, but it can't get across the blue line. All the way over to Majewski. He throws a shot on. Again, Hardline tries to get a deflection off of Majewski, and a puck all the way bouncing right next to the crease into the near corner and all the way the length of the ice. Simino laying chase, trying to get Marquette from behind, and now over toward O'Flaherty. He circles around, and a whistle has been called. The puck came on the cage, came off its moorings, and we'll have a stoppage in play. 5:24 to go in the third. 5-5 the score. Indiana will get fresh legs onto the ice as they have a quick meeting, and now it looks like a timeout has been called, Garrett?
I believe so. These final 5 minutes are going to make or break the game for both teams, so both coaches making sure that they talk things over and know what the game plan is.
Well, Garrett, during the intermission, you and I discussed what the main talking points would be in this period, and leadership has definitely been one of them. Cesarski with 2 goals.
Yeah, Nathan Cesarski has really stepped up so far. And at the end of the day, when you can get production out of your captain like that, it's just one of those things where it's lead by example, do the dirty work, do what needs to be done to get the win, and we'll see if he can't do something else, maybe get a Hattie in these last 5 minutes.
Timeout called. It appeared by the Panthers. Their head coach, Chris Green, in his 7th season as the captain of the ship for the Davenport Panthers at the D2 level. His previous position was as the D3 coach for Davenport. And he went 183-8 for the D3 team as their head coach. Face off with 5.25 to go here in the third. Knocked all the way down. Cesarski throwing the puck to teammate Chambers. Chambers pushes the puck forward, but no one is there again. Cesarski finds it, reloading up to Chambers in the neutral zone. He finds a wide-open kicker on the far side. That's Timmons now with the puck in the far corner. Timmons holds, thinks about a deflection, tries to chip it around. Chambers finds it behind the cage. Chambers goes down, a quick shot by Jeremy, and he scores! Point-blank wrist shot, and Jeremy breaks the deadlock. Will Jeremy with his 2nd goal of the season. And an incredible performance by Indiana offensively, 6-5 with 4:48 to go in the third.
They just keep on keeping on, even after some of these devastating goals that they've given up, fluke goals rather. Really, right after they take the lead, they always give up a goal, but they just keep coming right back.
Indiana trying to mount a defensive presence, and that is Jeremy's first goal of the game, his second of the season. 4.5 to go, 6-5 the score for the Cream and Crimson. Indiana trying to play the puck out of the blind corner. Simino smacks it, and it's dumped over toward DiLorenzo. He's by himself, covered by 3 different Panthers, and decides to throw an optimistic shot from way outside and let his teammates get up to him. Brandenburg holding the puck. He slides around backwards at the red line. The puck deflects off the legs, and now over to O'Flaherty. He thinks about a pass, shoots to, that's a pass rather, over toward Simino, who can't get it to go home. Kruch lining up for a big hit but misses his man. Cesarski waves at the puck, and a passive poke check, if you will, manages to keep the puck out of the zone. Simino slides the puck across the blue line as he was trying to be part of the line change. And now to Cesarski, swinging around, dumping it off toward Timmins down low. Indiana mounting an attack. Simino pokes at the puck and now heads to the bench. But it looks like icing has been called, as Simino was just behind the red line. It looked close from our point of view, but Garrett, we don't have that great of a view.
No, we don't. My 2 cents, I don't think that was the proper call there, as most of the IU players are disagreeing as well. But I think the officials have done a good job so far today, so we can let it slide.
Well, Indiana's coach, Matt Henderson, has taken his sport coat, his jacket off, and his tie off, and now called a timeout. He is animated and wants a word with his team. 3.5 minutes to go in the third period. Indiana up by 1 goal. They've only had a margin of victory, if you will, by 1 goal this entire game, and the Panthers have answered back every single time. Will they answer the bell this time, or will Indiana hold on in the final 3 minutes? We'll be right back to the Louisville Iceland Sports Complex. This is Indiana Hockey on the Indiana Hockey Broadcast Network. After the timeout by Matt Henderson of Indiana, all 10 skaters and 2 goaltenders get back onto the sheet. The face-off to the glove side of Billis is won by Indiana. That's Timmins pushing the puck forward, but into the neutral zones to the stick of Halsey. The puck roulette wheels all the way around. Krush flicks the puck forward. It bounces into a body, and down goes Offenbach right at his own blue line. Several players for Indiana have taken hard hits, and they will be getting some ice packs this evening before tomorrow morning's 10 a.m. contest against Virginia Tech. Offenbach backhands the puck across the goal line and behind his own net now. The Panthers trying to set up an attack. Now they do. That's White on the puck over just outside the right circle. Offenbach plays it on a give and go to Kissel. It's a 2-on-1. Kissel and Offenbach. Kissel at the left circle. Thinks about it. Shoots and saved by the body of Deering yet again. An impressive performance, but a very good opportunity stopped by the Panthers with 2:39 to go in the third.
Don't be surprised to see Deering head to the bench soon. As Sam just mentioned, 2:39 to go. They're going to have to empty the net here in a minute.
Indiana wins the face-off, and a big hit in the far corner. McKay threw somebody to the ice, and the body is down. We may have a whistle to stop play in just a second. Looks like that is Majewski slow to get up, but the Panthers are able to get the puck out of the defensive zone. Here comes Rahilly. He throws a shot on, poked away by Billis. Another shot goes through traffic and hits the shoulder of Bonecutter into the blind corner. Null waiting for it, but he can't find it, and a shot thrown on, saved by Billis. It hits him in the IU logo in the center of his chest, and we'll have a stoppage in play. 2:10 to go. Indiana still up by the smallest of margins.
We know the game up to this point has been a little chaotic, but that's all about to come to fruition in these final 2 minutes.
Face off in Indiana's defensive third to the stick side of Billis, the netminder for Indiana. Won by Will Jeremy of the Cream and Crimson. The puck almost crosses the blue line, and into the blind corner it bounces. Puck still down under us before Timmons carries it out of trouble. Flicking the puck forward to Chambers, who had the first goal of the afternoon. He's hit from behind, no call. The linesman and the referee were right next to it. They decide not worth calling it, and a battle right over side, in the near side rather. And Cesarski's wrist shot goes wide. Puck is knocked from the red line to the goal line, and we'll have a stoppage in play. Icing called with 1:35 to go. Indiana trying to hold on to this lead. 6-5, and they're getting new guys out there. Billis has really played quite well despite giving up 5 goals. 2 of those you and I mentioned were not his fault. Really weird deflections and bad bounces right in front of him. You can't do anything about that. So the Cream and Crimson have a face-off. Looking forward, pinning their ears back. There's Simino trying to throw a shot on. Now backhands it in a deflection, kicked away by Deering. Goodfellow has it at the far point. Smacks it toward O'Flaherty, who tries to step around a defenseman who hit him. And the puck sails up into the air. Icing has been waved off as Brandenburg scoops it up. A quick tip around by DiLorenzo to give his guys time to change. Both sides get 5 on and 5 off. 1:04 to go. Third period, Indiana up by 1. Near side attack. Here's Nicholas at the left point. He slides into the near corner, the blind corner, and he gets bounced around.
Net
Simino.
empty for Davenport here.
The net is empty. Here comes DiLorenzo. A penalty is called, and he had no one in front of him. That's should be a goal. Interference called as DiLorenzo had nothing but daylight between him and the goal line, and the referees will come together to make a decision. DiLorenzo may have a goal without actually shooting it.
That has to be a goal for DiLorenzo. Normally it would be a penalty shot in that situation, but with the net empty, it's an automatic tally for the Hoosiers.
DiLorenzo was definitely hit. He also did his part to make sure the whistle was blown. Tripped up from behind, and we'll have to wait for a call. 6-5 with 46 seconds to go. And here's the ruling, the verdict from the officials. Mon Marquette, the captain for the Panthers, discussing with one of the linesmen again, one of the referees. And still no answer, no signal, no change on the scoreboard.
I don't like the way Cesarski's talking right now. It looks like this might be bad news for Indiana.
I'm not sure how it could go any way other than a goal. And it has to be at least a power play if they're not going to give a goal. Net was empty at the time of the play. Deering had gone to the bench for the Panthers as they are trailing by 1 with under a minute to go. Billis sitting down in the crease on his own side, waiting contently for a decision to be made.
How about they just let him take a penalty shot on the empty net?
Well, Garrett, that would be the smart thing to do.
Just be like, hey, here you go. You got to earn it at least.
Well, no signal yet. And some confusion on the bench. We are still waiting, as it looked like Matt Henderson and Chris Green, the coaches for either side, were given the explanation.
Looks like it's going to be a penalty shot with a goalkeeper.
Well, Garrett, I'm not sure what sense that makes as the net was empty, but DiLorenzo will have a penalty shot. The left-handed shooter stick handles at the blue line, sliding in toward the right circle. Comes in, veering toward the left, shooting, holding, and scores! DiLorenzo with the penalty shot scores top shelf. 7-5, this time it's an official goal. The freshman from Naperville, Illinois, Ethan DiLorenzo, has given Indiana their largest lead of the evening, and what looks to be an insurmountable lead of 7-5 with 45 seconds to go in this contest.
I just don't know how you give a guy a penalty shot when the net was empty. That makes absolutely no sense.
Face-off won by the Panthers, but it slides over into their own zone. Cesarski lets it bounce over his stick, and coming to clean up the damage is Timmons. Timmons in a different number than he usually is, wearing Cade Kenyon's number 16. As we mentioned, Kenyon traveling for personal reasons. 30 seconds to go. Indiana up by 2. The net is not empty this time for Davenport, as Chambers takes a shoulder to the chin and knocks the puck all the way across into the attacking zone. The Panthers scoop it up, trying to do something with it for the last 10 seconds. Indiana has it in their attacking zone. A quick shot thrown on again by Michelli. 5 seconds to go. Indiana will hold on to it and hold on to this game. Final score 7-5 after a chaotic and physical battle. Indiana takes the first game in the battle for the Bourbon Barrel here in Louisville, Kentucky. Garrett, after a hard-fought contest, what are your thoughts on that crazy ending?
Yeah, really the whole game lived up to expectation. We saw from the first period the type of game that it was going to be, and we ended up seeing a 7-5 win for Indiana as they were able to limit Davenport, who was averaging 8 goals per game heading into this one. But overall, I hope everybody brought their popcorn because it was truly a great show.
Well, Garrett, we'll take final tallies of the hits, shots on goal, and face-offs and come back for the post-game show. Alongside Garrett Cole, I've been Sam Weixler, and you've watched Indiana Hockey versus the Davenport Panthers on the Indiana Hockey Broadcast Network.
And welcome back to Indiana Hockey Post Game Live. Indiana able to defeat Davenport by a final score of 7-5 today. I'm Garrett Drake alongside Sam Weixler. We're going to go ahead and give you our final rundown of the game that just took place and what to look forward to tomorrow as Indiana will be back in action at 10 a.m. All right, Sam, let's start with our impact players of the game.
For my first star of the game, it's got to be Cesarski. The captain, he had two that he put in the back of the net from the blue line, and it was really an impressive performance. He played physically at his own end, and he played with a real presence in the attacking third as well.
For mine, I'm going to go with Andrew Chambers. He had a great game today, was flying all over the ice. We said his name a few more times than usual, and I thought he did a great job of setting the tempo today in what was a game where the tempo got out of hand at times. Both of these teams were really aggressive looking for a win, and it was great to see Indiana come out on top once again to get their fourth win of the season.
Yeah, overall, an impressive performance, and Sammy Billis allowed 5 goals, but we mentioned several times 2 of those you really can't blame him for. Late deflections that bounced and ricocheted right in front of him like a bad bounce. Although he did play very well, he came out of the crease to play the puck behind his own net, played smart, played confidently, and stood his ground.
Yeah, Sammy had a great game tonight, and this Davenport team was averaging 8 goals a game coming in. They get pucks on the net. That's what they do. Indiana actually ended up out-shooting Davenport as well. They got 30 shots on goal compared to only 23 for Davenport. So at the end of the day, Indiana came in and did what they were supposed to do, and they also got the result that they wanted with a 7-5 victory. As we mentioned, Indiana will be back in action tomorrow taking on Virginia Tech at 10 a.m., and we will have the action right here for you on the Club Ice Hockey Indiana YouTube channel. So make sure you tune into that. We'll have the live stream ready to go with pregame, probably around 9:45, depending on when we get here, depending on when everybody gets things going. But we would like to thank you for tuning into this broadcast tonight. I'm Garrett Drake, and for Sam Weixler and the rest of our crew, we will be signing off. This has been a presentation of Club Ice Hockey at Indiana University on the Indiana Hockey Broadcast Network.